What's going on, guys? Prun here, and today, just a quick update, I guess. Only a short, like 2 or 3 minute video on the track series. Currently sanding down the fairing. You can see it's coming along. Still can't tell if that's vinyl or paint. I think it's paint. I'm not sure, but either way, got a little bit more sanding to do in the corners around here and again on the other side. But decided what colour we're going to have it. Let's just get that screen out of the way before I scratch it with anything. Decided what colour it's going to be. Follow the same line, pretty much same lines. Blue and white. The seat unit's going to be blue. Obviously, we're going to have the white stripes on the fairing. White belly pan with another blue stripe, like what I run on GP bikes. Funnily enough, we're going to have blue tank, blue nose piece. The yellow is going to be white on that one. So that is what it's going to be like on GP bikes. Now I've got, if I look over here, I've got the blue. The closest that seems to be is Ford Electric Monza blue. Might be a little bright, but either way. I've got some grey primer back there. Going to need a bit more than that. What I am also going to need for things like this, I do have, where have I put it? Over here, if we come over here, I do have some fiberglass resin or glass fiber kits. So I'll do some repairs on the fiberglass, such as this here, that there, and over on the front fairing there are a couple of cracks, if I can find them, around these bolt holes here. So again, I'll probably fill these holes over with fiberglass patches, re-drill them. Bit of filler in there, to be honest, and sand that down again before I go and painting once again. Get it all looking as nice and sorted. Need to do a bit of sanding in that hole there. Need to watch where I'm filming, then I don't just film the floor. Other than that, what I've done is I've had a look at this little bad boy here. This is a tilt sensor, and it basically cuts the engine if the bike goes over a certain angle. Now it was faulty. But it was replaced by the previous owner, I think. But even so, I'm debating just bypassing it completely. So snipping the wires, joining them, bypassing it completely. I'll have to look whether that's needed or not for a track day or anything. Obviously, I'm going to tidy up this wiring harness. It's not just going to dangle like that. Obviously, put the expansion bottle back up there. In terms of the actual bike itself, there isn't going to be much done to it. I've had a chat about the wets. The wets are fine, even though it's a slightly different size to the ones on there. We can run a bigger wet, apparently, so it's not too big of a deal, I don't think. At the very least, I could take the rear mudguard off. It's no big deal, but it will fit. What I've got, tank doesn't leak. That's fine. Yeah. So in other words, it's just at the minute bodywork at the minute. Get the bodywork sorted. This weekend, I am hoping to get some service parts for it, so I'm hoping some front pads, have a look around for some front pads, oil filter, air filter, that sort of thing. I'm gonna hopefully have the wheels off, get the bearings done. Well, not get them done, but have a look at them. They should be all right. They sound okay. There's no movement. Sound okay. Shifter. Now I've been looking for a quick shifter for it. They are a bit expensive, and to be honest, it's probably something I'll do closer to the time when I use them, when I'm close to the time when I'm using the bike. But quick shifter is on the cards. Also reverse shift. I'm looking at putting the shifting round so it's reverse shift. Now what you need to do for that is this. Let's take this bolt off. It looks like it's a bit loose actually. I might tighten that down. But basically what you do is you take this off here, this little arm. Flip that 180 degrees, put it back on, so instead of being this way, it's that way. The only issue is these pipes here. These pipes here are in the way. So I might have a look to see if I can get a rubber pipe that potentially comes around the front here. Instead of over that pipe, I want it to come round and follow that pipe up. So I might have a look at rerouting these pipes here. But yeah, that's not a big deal. As long as the quick shifter is the main thing mechanically I want to do to the bike, to be honest with you. Aside from the servicing. So Harris rear sets look lovely. I've had a look, see if Harris do an actual lever mech for it, but it doesn't appear that they do. Or I certainly couldn't find one within my budget, but I might have a look, see what I can dig about off the internet. Other than that, that's pretty much where we're at the minute. Bodywork and service. So I'll get all the body panels sanded down to the point where I'm ready to apply the fillet. And then I will upload again. Cheers guys. Prun out. Bye. So we're a couple of weeks down the line. December. Nearly finished the sanding, just got the belly pan to do. And then I'm going to sand them all down again with a finer coat, put some fiberglass in. Main issue here now is getting this KN filter, getting this in. That's the old filter there. A bit filthy, a bit manky, a bit standard. Doesn't actually look like it's been changed in a while. I wonder if there's a date on it anywhere. Can't see a date. It's an official Honda filter. Don't know if I can see that there. Official Honda filter. It wouldn't surprise me if that's actually the filter the bike shipped with, because it's in a pretty manky state. So anyway, got this K&N high flow filter. I'm just trying to make it fit. It's a little bit manky down there. Nothing too, no issue really. So that little tabs on the bottom, they just slide in to those little lines down here, like so. That's in, I believe, anyway. And then I dropped my phone, so next we have to push that down and in so it sits in the seal. Being aftermarket, it is a bit of a fit. And then we simply tighten up the bolts, one here, which goes in there, and one over here. Rebuild the top up, put the top cover on, which is, I have no idea where I put that, I think it's over there, and then we put the ECU on. Simple. Oh, there's the top cover. So, there's the air filter in. You can see, nice new K&N. Used a couple of other bolts, the ones that were on the old air filter, this one here, these ones, they're a bit manky and they weren't long enough to reach through the aftermarket K&N one. So it's in, it's secure, there is no, looks like it's in the seal okay most of the way around, I think. So should be okay. The issue I have is in typical Max fashion, or typical Prun fashion. I come down here, not that one, just about. Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can see that. I gotta fish that out. Ugh. Basically, I've got a magnet at work. I'm just going to go get the magnet on the Monday and come in here and fish that out. Luckily, it didn't go in the intakes, which, as you can see, they're all functioning nicely. But yeah, got to go fish that out. So I wrote it on the board over there. At the bottom, drop bolt, near intake, tools from work. So other than that, she's looking pretty nice. I've gone over these bolts, tightened them up. So yeah, still not sure what I'm going to do about the tank and what I'm going to do about this as well. I might change that. Looks like, basically it looks like it's snapped off and someone's basically just tacked a thread on. I might just get a new one of these. It depends on how expensive they are. The last thing I am going to do today, not a big issue, not even an issue really, this here. I've been wanting to do this, but I'm basically just going to take that off, flip this. Well, actually I don't know, because that's there. I want reverse shifting basically, because at the minute it's 1 down, 5 up, like that. What I want is the other way around. I want it 1 up and 5 down. GP shift. Come on, where's neutral? There we are. So I basically have to just, the way you do it on this bike is you take that off, you mark where your lever is, and then you simply flip this round. Now, I know you can get different rear sets that do this for you, but I mean, I don't want that again. I don't know if I went over this. Might get a different lever, but I want these rear sets on, because these are expensive rear sets. These Harris, they are very good, but so I'm going to leave that for now. But the other thing I am looking at getting for gearing here, quick shifter. You can get, I'm looking at a Heel Tech quick shifter. Basically it goes in between this bolt, can measure when you put pressure on the lever, and I've just clicked the wrong button. Yeah, it measures when you put pressure on the lever and cuts the ignition to the coils down there. Another thing is I'm tempted to put a gear indicator on. Maybe, I don't know where it's going to go, possibly over here somewhere. I don't really need the speed. Might see if I can put it over the actual rev counter in like this area, because as long as the needle spins unobstructed, that's fine by me. So onboard cameras, looking at getting a GoPro and the cam box. For those of you that don't know, cam box is a visor mounted camera, goes in the visor, so you get a helmet cam perspective. Recommend you YouTube it, it's pretty good. So just got to get that bolt out, which will be a job for whenever I can be bothered. Monday, probably, because it's better done sooner while it's in my head. So hey ho, onwards to the next one.